Hey everyone, I'm a proud father of a college art major who has inspired my creative side. And in this video, I took one of their art pieces and made it into a stained glass project. In this two-part video, I'm going to show you how I did that. In part one, I'm going to really delve into the design and my interpretation of the design and the problems that I ran into. In part two, we'll get into the actual assembly and soldering of the piece. Hope you like it. If you missed last week's video about the exciting news with SCOARTGLASS, ensure to check it out. And ensure to go to SCOARTGLASS.com where you'll discover, shop, and learn about stained glass and more. We are currently taking commissions until December 1st. Hi everybody, this is Steve from SCOARTGLASS. Today's project is called Los Manos. I've always been fascinated by some of the pieces she's done. This one in particular I thought was kind of really neat. Always thought about trying to make it out of glass if I ever could. So I'm going to attempt this on one of her pieces, and you'll see that the original art piece is there to the right. And really cool piece. So I'm going to attempt to make this out of the Van Gogh glass with a mixture of some opalescent glass in there as well to give some contrast. I have not fully decided exactly what colors for the hand. I'm still kind of chewing on that, but I'm pretty set on some of these. This is a black, really got some metallic black in it. And then this one is a silver, kind of looks like leaves, but it's a silver Van Gogh glass. Thought this looked pretty awesome, and I think one hand out of this would be look neat. And the last color is this red, and I am really thinking on this particular red is to use this one on the main hand in the center. And to do the contrasting silver and black on each side. But I may switch that. I may do this red one in the center for the focus, and then the purple one up here, and then the black and the white across. And then these will be different colors here. So that's this upcoming project. Thought I would just kind of give you a sneak peek, and I'll just take different stage videos throughout. This is probably going to take me many days to do just because of the small pieces. And sure to subscribe, like, and comment to this channel and hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification when I produce new videos.
Day 2.
Today we're going to go ahead and start cutting out the pieces. I'm going to use the same method I've used on a couple other pieces, and that's with cutting out the individual pieces and then actually gluing them to the glass that I'm using for that particular part of the project. With that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Cutting out these pieces, can be tedious, but it actually gives you a pretty good time to kind of reflect on the piece. And, while you're thinking about it, you may decide to make different little changes as you go about, which I've done in other pieces. But once we get all these cut out, then we'll go ahead and glue them, and then get to cutting the glass. That's actually my favorite part, is cutting that glass. It's a stress reliever for me after, a week's worth of work or whatever, anytime I get a chance to come down to the studio and spend some time down here. So we'll go ahead and get all these cut out, and then I'll come back and we'll get them sorted by colors and glue them onto the glass. I'm back. After much deliberation on this pattern, I have decided to kind of alter this pattern just a little bit. This hand right here is the one that I'm having some issues with as far as the piece itself and it coming together. So I've actually decided that I'm going to eliminate this hand. Basically use some of this glass. It's a textured glass that kind of gives an appearance of rocks in a sense. So I'm actually going to take these pieces, this whole hand right here, this piece right here, and this piece right here, and I'm going to turn it into this to simulate a rock, you know, boulder type bottom to this piece, and kind of interpret it myself that, you know, its hands kind of reaching out from underneath the earth, trying to come out. So that's what I'm going to end up doing on this section right here. And then all the white sections that are throughout here, I'm actually going to use an iridescent white. So basically an iridescent white. So when you go at a different angles and the light shines on it, it actually changes a little bit of a different color, and it's got a nice sheen on it. So that's what I'm going to do in all the white areas. Sorry, here, all the way around, and even inside some of these small little areas here. I'm going to put this iridescent white in there. And for the three hands here, I am going to use these three colors here. So kind of a orangish fleshy type color. Another wispy style color that's got some tans, some blues, and some kind of like a rouge in there, purple mixed in. And then this other piece over here, I'm probably going to use somewhere in this area right here or over here for this hand right here. So, and then on the other hands, which are the four main ones here, I showed those colors earlier. I'm going to use the silver, the black, the red is going to be the center, and then the kind of purplish and copper mix in one of the hands as well. I haven't placed these yet. But I know the red's going to go in the center because it'll contrast with everything else that's there, and it will really pop in the center there. So that's kind of an update on where I'm at on this pattern.
Day 3.
Hey everybody, doing a check-in with you on the Los Manos project. I've got all the rough cuts of the pieces for the hands, and then the change I made with the rock, basically purple, dark, kind of a darker rock. When I paint the back, it'll actually come out a little bit darker, but this is kind of where I'm at right now. Going to continue cutting all these pieces, and I'll do basically a separate video on how I do these. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to try a specific technique to where maybe I don't have to cut all these small pieces. I'm going to try it out on a spare piece that I have and see if that will work. If it does, then I will videotape that technique. Then that will actually eliminate, it'll give the look of a bead of solder, but it's not actually soldered all the way through. So we keep the integrity of the pieces as one in a sense. So
Day 4.
I wanted to give you a quick overview of where I was at on the project. As you can see, I've made my smaller cuts in between the hand pieces, and before I did the rough cuts, I just wanted to give you a quick look. I will speed through the next part of the video on the remaining rough cuts. actually, after doing the rough cuts, I kind of set it up to kind of see what it would actually look like, and I'm excited. I believe it's going to turn out pretty good. We'll see. After, all I got left to do now is cut the white pieces that's going to go around it, and then the lettering that's going to go on top of the black. We'll get that done tomorrow. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for my latest tips, tricks, and techniques.